Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
It's time for some meditation, time to claim some moments free of just about anything and everything, a treat to the soul, a treat to the self, knowing that whatever is facing us today is going to be waiting for us when this moment is over. But the only way we'll get this moment is if we intentionally and proactively invest in it. The frame today is going to be a Hasidic interpretation by Rabbi Nachman of Breslov on the opening lines of Parshat Lech Lecha, where God tells Avram to take yourself to the land that I will show you. And a lot of people focus on the Lecha part, like that God is telling Avram to do this for yourself, to your benefit. And that's what Rashi says. Rabbi Nachman of Breslov focuses on the Lech part, meaning walk there. You have to have a certain focus and a willingness to be weary and to put an effort to get yourself there. You can't just hop on the nonstop flight. This is not an easy thing to achieve Zion, to achieve Israel. And Rabbi Nachman of Breslov was writing at a time when it was true. You could not just get to Israel as easily as we can in a non-COVID era. And he's talking about Israel as a place and Israel as a concept. That to get to Zion, to get to that exquisite spot in the map, there's a certain amount of exertion that's going to be required. Things of import don't come easily or rarely do. So Avram, you want to go and become a nation and be my student, my acolyte? Okay, I tap you. But I tap you not because you're going to benefit individually, even if you may. I tap you because I see in you the willingness to put in the effort to reach this height. So I want us to meditate a bit on the weariness, on the path to goodness, on the effort that it requires to achieve justice, to achieve equanimity, the amount of work that goes into creating almost any moment of peace and happiness and contentedness in our lives. And for us not to be afraid of it, but to actually be embracing of it. So that's the frame. And now I invite you to close your eyes. And already we've entered. We've exited and we've entered. We've exited the realm that we were in just a few moments ago, even if we're in the exact same location on a map at our home. We've exited, for the moment, to-do lists and inboxes and obligations, and entered a realm protected from all of that, where the only obligation is to be present. The only obligation is to know that you are here. The only obligation is to harness as much of this moment for oneself as possible. The only obligation is to sit still, to breathe deeply and intentionally, to hold the position of your body purposefully, but not randomly. Throughout these moments, there is nothing to see, nothing to do, nothing to want. We sweep away all the layers between us and an enhanced consciousness, the kind of consciousness that represents a starry night, which is present no matter how much it is obscured by clouds, fog, or smog, or light pollution. Just because we can't see it and access it does not mean it is not there. We transport ourselves to a remote, open field in some rural area with no light pollution on the clearest night of the year. We look up and we see a wonder. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of dots of light, sparkling, forming constellations that our minds are creating in real time as visual midrash. We're finally exposed to our mind's expanse, with the barriers removed. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor beneath you and that your hands are on your legs gently, palms down or palms up. That your spine is straight and true and dignified, and that your neck and your shoulders and your belly and your brow and your eyes are soft and supple and at rest, awake but experiencing profound rest. Lech lecha. We hear the call from the heavens, from the Holy One. Go. Walk. Take yourself. Lecha. Do it at least a bit for you, for your growth and benefit. That's Rashi. But lech. Get on it. Start moving your feet. Find the path. Embrace the effort. Take on the challenge as a blessed one. Get yourself to Israel, to Zion. Walk yourself closer to God. It will not happen on its own. Betake yourself to another who might be distant and who might be relying on your being the one to initiate. March into battle. Battle that stands between you and achieving a goal, relationship, a destination that you desire. Hold yourself as a Prius engine where your output is input. Your weary exertions, part of the greatness of being alive and achieving something. You walk, you step, you march, and you go, and you travel, and you fatigue, and you live. Lech lecha. On innumerable holy journeys. Lech lecha. In ways that will draw upon you and tire you out. Lech lecha. if it's worthy, then the effort is not only required, but sanctified as well. Lech lecha. Lech lecha. Lech lecha. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Bring yourself back at least partially to this moment. Close by saying the closing prayer, and then we'll bid each other farewell. Say this 3 times. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering in the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering in the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering in the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. I say to you all shalom and namaste. I'll see you soon.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org